I am legitimately nervous for this because I don't want to be in lots of pain. Okay. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joe. If you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing that bell to turn your notifications to keep up to date with all kinds of bodybuilding content right here on the channel. Well, we are back again with another episode of the Natural Bodybuilding Prep Series 2026. And as of today, I am 2 weeks out from my next competition. And shit has hit the fan. So last week, if you watched last week's video, I was at Stag Do in Brighton for my best mate's Stag Do, and since then have been suffering quite badly with, we think, gastritis. Basically, I came back from the Stag Do and I felt like I had food stuck in my throat for a couple of days. So I went to A&E and they said they think it's esophagitis, which is like an inflammation of the esophagus. But then the night that I came back from A&E, I believe, suddenly got like a fever and was like vomiting in the night, which was really awesome. And weight took a huge drop, obviously because I couldn't keep anything down. So spoke to another doctor. He thinks it's actually gastritis, which is more like stomach related as opposed to like purely in here, but it can have the similar symptoms of feeling food stuck in the throat and like awful heartburn, which is something else I've been having, as well as like some dizziness and fatigue, which is also something I've been experiencing really bad. So actually for the past few days, I haven't been able to eat my regular diet, and I also haven't been able to get to the gym. I've barely been able to get out and walk even, which is rubbish, you know, because I'm 2 weeks out of a show. Feeling a little bit better today, still gonna rest from the gym, but I'm gonna try and get out at least 2 or 3 times to try and get like a decent amount of steps in for the day, so at least like I'm active. But I'm gonna take you through a day of eating for me today. The exact foods I'm gonna have today are not what I would usually have, basically because I need to keep my foods very, very bland, so as not to kind of aggravate whatever's going on in my stomach. But calories wise and macros wise, it should still be around the same. So with that said, the first meal we're gonna have is 2 eggs and some egg whites. I have been assured that these foods are fine, so that's what we're gonna have, and then gonna go out and try and get some steps in. Yeah, let's have something to eat. Okay, that's meal 1 down. So let's get out into this grim weather and do some steps. I will say, although it is like cold and very grey, it is at least not raining, which I'll take. Obviously I spoke too soon. It is now raining. So let's just get inside and get another meal in. All right, well, we are back in from the rain. I've got my second meal ready to go here. We've got 60 grams of oats, 1 banana, 100 grams of blueberries, and some like 0-calorie maple syrup. So gonna sit down and watch a bit of Community with Aya and eat this meal, and then see what is next for me in the day. Man, it's so crazy like how wrecked my energy is at the moment. So I just ate that meal. All I've done today is I got up, did my check-ins for my clients, went out and got a couple of steps in and had a couple of meals, and I just like, I could go to sleep right now. It's like 12 p.m. Yeah, I'm just so tired. Just got to kind of get over it. I was just saying to my friend, I was like, you know, obviously not ideal that this is happening at 2 weeks out from a show, but he kind of pointed out to me, and I think it helped me to feel a bit less anxious about the whole thing. Just, you know, the work is done now. Like I'm in shape, like I'm good to go. You know, I've just competed like a few weeks ago and I'm in better shape now than I was then. So the work is done. So I can kind of chill a little bit. Like my only thing is I don't want to be away from the gym for too much longer than I have been. I think I just need to chill a little bit, to be honest. Probably gonna get my next meal in a second, or even maybe go out and do some more steps. just to try and get up, because I'm thinking also potentially it could be just like that. The fact that I'm sat down doing nothing could also make me be feeling a little bit more lethargic, even though my energy is lower. So maybe getting up and doing something would be good for me. Yeah, who's to say? But I do think the next thing I need to do is get another little something to eat, because also I found that having like big meals isn't great for me at the moment. A couple of smaller meals I think could be good. So gonna get one of those now. So, as I said, I'm having small, frequent meals throughout the day at the moment. So this next meal is pretty small. It's 100 grams of rice and 117 grams of chicken breast, with a little bit of sushi ginger in there, just because that's kind of good for like gut health, and hopefully it's kind of gonna help with the gastritis a little bit. So I'm gonna eat this, and then hopefully the rain will stop soon and I can get out and get some more steps in. Because like I just said, and actually Aya just said to me as well, sitting around doing nothing all day actually might be making me feel more tired. So I do wanna try and get up. And if I get up and go out for a walk and it like knocks me on my ass, well then I know what kind of where my boundaries are, right? Whereas if I get up and I feel fine after I go for my walk, then I know actually I maybe am ready to start like easing myself back into feeling normal again. And it's actually just the kind of excessive resting that might actually be making me feel more lethargic. So let's get this down and then wait for the rain to pass and get back outside. Okay, so it looks like the rain is not going to let up for like another hour or so. So I'm going to play some Final Fantasy and chill out for a little bit, and then we'll go out and get some steps. Right guys, I've played Final Fantasy for like an hour now, if not more, and the rain is simply not stopping. It has calmed down though, so I'm going to go out and get some more steps in. I'm also going to stop by Co-op on the way and get myself a little Coke Zero or Pepsi Max, because basically when I saw the doctor and spoke to them, they said one of the things I should avoid is caffeine, and so I've completely cut all caffeine out of my sort of daily intake. But bear in mind, I was getting like 400 milligrams of caffeine a day, so that sudden cold turkey has also potentially contributed to why I'm feeling quite so exhausted. And I did speak to them again today, and they said actually they didn't mean go completely cold turkey, they meant just kind of reduce it by a significant amount. So I'm gonna go and get one of those, because it hopefully is a little tiny boost of caffeine, but they don't have a huge amount in them, so hopefully it won't like aggravate my stomach or anything. And I also think it's a good idea to sort of slowly introduce slightly more, I was gonna say exotic foods, but like a Pepsi Max is not exactly exotic, but I don't want to keep my food so bland forever that I then can't handle anything, if that makes sense. So I want to kind of slowly add things back in. So today I'm going to try and put like a little tiny bit of caffeine, a little tiny bit of like carbonated drinks in, and see how it goes. So let's get out into the disgusting rain and go for a walk. I am legitimately nervous for this because I don't want to be in lots of pain. Okay, nothing bad yet. Whew, okay, that's a relief. Right. Oh, that's nice. I will say, having now been out for about 40 minutes, I do think there is merit to the idea that I was talking about earlier of the sitting down and doing nothing all day to try and rest to get better from this is actually making me feel less energized. And the reason I say this is because I feel so much better today than I have for the past couple of days. Now, obviously part of that is me getting through the illness, but also I do think being a bit more active, getting myself up off my big arse and out for a couple of walks, I do feel so much better. Also, I finished this. And no heartburn, no bloating or anything. Well, a tiny bit of bloating, but also like it's fizzy, so could potentially just be that. Now, just because I have had this doesn't mean I'm suddenly going to go back to, you know, introducing more fats into my diet again all of a sudden, or having, you know, spicy food all of a sudden. I'm still going to keep my food kind of plain for the rest of the day, just because I don't want to just throw myself back in the deep end. I want to kind of dip my toe back into it, if that makes sense. But speaking of eating, I'm going to get back in from this walk and make my next meal, which is going to be the same as the previous meal. 100 grams of rice, 117 grams of chicken breast, and a tiny bit of sushi ginger. Let's go. With that meal done then, guys, I think, do you know what? Because I am feeling a bit more alive today, I and I have been planning to get my hair sorted and shave my beard because I do look a little bit homeless. So I think we're going to go do that now because I finally feel up to it. Like the fatigue the past few days has literally been to the point that, like, because Aya's going to cut my hair for me, like all I have to do is sit there, and I didn't even have the energy to do that. So I feel I've got it. I'm back. So yeah, gonna go do that now, and then probably have a shower or something, just to, like, freshen up, and again feel a bit more just like a regular, real person. And then see, you know, maybe we'll watch some Community, maybe we'll put a movie on, maybe I'll play some more Final Fantasy, maybe all of them, I don't know. So yeah, I guess I will see you in a second when I'm looking a little less homeless. I feel alive again. So time for my last kind of big meal of the day. This one is going to be some soba noodles with 170 grams of chicken. I've just found like the kind of broth that comes with the noodles really has helped me like just sort of calm everything down in here. So yeah, gonna have that and gonna watch a movie with Aya, which is really nice. And then I'll get my final meal in probably like an hour, hour and a half or so. Because I want to have a nice space between my last meal and going to bed so that I'm not having like bad acid reflux when I'm trying to sleep. So let's get into it. Okay guys, so with that meal done, I'm just getting my final meal ready for the day. This is 200 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt, a scoop of whey protein, 80 grams of raspberries, and 20 grams of granola. I'm gonna mix this all in, and I'm gonna put it back into the freezer for about half an hour. And it will basically come out as like ice cream. Also, because of this fatigue and everything, I'm falling asleep incredibly early at the moment. So I think the past 2 days I've been asleep by like 9:30. And it is currently, what is it babe, 7? Yeah, it's currently about 7, so not long until bedtime for me. Let's check this bad boy out. Yeah, that's good. Okay guys, well that is going to do it for all my food for the day. I've got the calculations here for you just so we can sort of tally up how everything's worked out. Now the calories that I've gone for today have been my training day calories, just because on my non-training days I'm only taking in 1,750 calories, and while I'm sick, given how low my body fat is, my body doesn't really have much energy to pull on to kind of battle this infection that I'm dealing with. So this could be complete bro science, but I just wanted to give myself a little bit more food to kind of help my immune system have some energy to work with. So I've gone with training day calories, even though for the past couple of days I have been resting for just for that reason. So at the end of the day, we had 2,128 calories, 233 grams of protein, 203 grams of carbs, and 40 grams of fat. Now honestly, this is pretty close macros wise to what I would have anyway on a regular training day. The meals obviously are slightly different just because usually, lately I have been kind of varying up my protein sources and adding in a lot more vegetables and stuff, but I just kind of want my stomach and my gut to have as little to deal with as possible at the moment. So we have been keeping the foods a little bit more simple. It's not too far off from what I've been having, but it's just a little bit more simple, just so it's easier for me to digest and kind of deal with at the moment. I am feeling so much better today than I have been the past few days. If you'd seen me yesterday, this video would have both been way more boring and honestly just sad. I'm feeling really good about this upcoming week. Tomorrow, I'm feeling like I could get into the gym realistically. I spoke to my coach and we kind of said, at the most amount of activity we think would be sensible for me to do tomorrow, providing I feel up for it, is, getting my steps in, doing a kind of easy-ish workout, not pushing myself too hard. I probably will do like a push session, but, not taking everything to failure, not draining myself too much of energy, and then an absolute maximum of output for tomorrow. If I feel good after my session, I'll do half my usual cardio, so 30 minutes of cardio. That obviously remains to be seen, see how I'm feeling after my session, but that would be awesome. If I can even get in and train, that would be so good, because I act like it's been forever. It's been like 3 or 4 days since I've taken off the gym, but it feels like an eternity, and at 2 weeks out from the show, every day counts at this point, and I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can. Obviously the priority is to get me better, and actually the sooner I recover, the more I can give to the rest of the prep, right? Whereas if I'm kind of constantly trying to push myself too early to get back into the gym and do more than I'm actually capable of, it'll slow my recovery down and I'll actually do worse on show day. So I do think that taking this time off that I've needed to has been a sensible choice, and I'm still going to make those sensible decisions going forward, but I would love to try and get in the gym tomorrow because I feel like I could have potentially got in today. Now, while saying I could have got in today, that doesn't mean I regret not going in. I actually think resting was definitely the right choice for today, but the fact that I feel I could have trained makes me feel really, really optimistic about this upcoming week. And the next time I see you guys is going to be 1 week out from the GBO UK show, and hopefully I'll be in a bit of a better place by then. Physically anyway, like mentally, I'm feeling really good. I still have held my condition really well. I do think I've lost some fullness in the muscle because I just haven't been able to train, but in terms of conditioning, it's still going very, very well. And I might even give you guys a little sneak peek in the next video as to how exactly I'm looking. But until then, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I know it's been a bit of a weird one, dealing with illness, no training, no cardio, just showing you the meal. And even the meals have not been exactly what I've been eating, but it is what I've eaten today. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, please don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment below, let me know what you thought of it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell to turn your notifications. And I'll see you next time.